Well, hello there everyone. Allow me to discuss with all of you some of the important requirements needed to become a seafarer or seaman. So let's begin. What is STCW, Basic Safety Training? The STCW Basic Safety Training, or BST, is a maritime security training mandatory for everyone who's sailing at sea on professional basis. It is basic requirement for all STCW training for commercial yachting and professional yachting. STCW stand for Standard of Training, Certification, and Watch Keeping. Let's find out what is BT training. Also known as BT, SOLAS, BST, or Basic Safety, Basic Training is a mandatory course designed to teach seafarers about personal survival techniques, fire prevention and firefighting, elementary first aid, personal safety and social responsibilities in keeping with Section A6/1 of the standards. This time, let us know about what does STCW mean. International Convention on Standards of Training, Certification and Watchkeeping for Seafarers, STCW 1978 sets minimum qualification standards for masters, officers, and watch personnel on sea-going merchant ships and large yachts. The main purpose of the convention is to promote safety of life and property at sea and the protection of the marine environment by establishing in common agreement international standards of training, certification, and watchkeeping for seafarers. For your information, basic training is divided into 4 sub-modules. The first one on the list, fire prevention and firefighting. Understanding the basic chemistry of fire, the seafarer must know what to do when discovering a smoke or fire. Furthermore, he must show basic knowledge in using the various firefighting appliances. This is vital since there are different approaches to the different classes of fire. Here are some video clips and photos of my niece Ira Vargas on her training experience as a requirement before working on board a cruise ship.
Tadi mo i-track. Inform, ma'am. Inform. Fire. Inform, Ira. Inform. Fire. T.
Second submodule, Personal Safety and Social Responsibility. This module aims for safety awareness among self and other crew. It stresses the importance of cultivating safety culture on board. Moreover, PSSR tackles proper communication, good human relationships, and respecting individual rights. And now it's my turn to show off some photos, and here we go! The third one, Personal Survival Techniques. BST set a minimum competence of survival training at sea. This module trains seafarers on the proper donning of life jackets, immersion suits, and thermal protective aids. He will familiarize the operation of survival crafts and its equipment, location devices, and radio equipment. Furthermore, he will learn a particular swimming techniques that prolong survivability while in the water. And this time, let's check how Ira Vargas and Hobby Mark Iliagas surpass the challenges of the training to survive. Go guys!
Group 2, proceed sa taas.
And the last one, elementary first aid. As on board, accidents can happen anytime and anywhere. Seafarers must have the ability to conduct basic first aid while on the scene. He must know what to do when encountering a medical emergency before any professional help arrives. Here are some video clips to show you how.
Okay, go. Easy way or hard way? Upper posture. Take it up to the elbow. Left bend. Relax.
Touch screen. Touch screen.
Let's go with the breathing. Please show me after that 10% only. Start. 1, down.
Sa pangkit na, nakakot naman ako.
3, 4,
Touch screen mo.
5. 1, 2, 3, 5, go, go. 1, 2, 3, 6, go. 1, 2, 3, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, 8, go. 1, 2, 3, 9, go. 1, 2, 3, 10, go. 1, 2, 3, 11, go. 1, 2, 3, 12, go. 1, 2, 3, 13, go. 1, 2, 3, 14, go. 1, 2, 3, 15, go. 1, 2, 3, 16, go. 1, 2, 3, 17, go.
And this time, let's find out what is Certificate of Proficiency, COP. A Certificate of Proficiency, or COP, means a certificate other than a certificate of competency, issued to a seafarer under the authority of the administration. This certificate states that the relevant requirements of the training competencies or seagoing service under the STCW convention have been met. A COP is a document that functions as a proof of your competence. Marina issues this certificate and assures the inspecting authority that the bearer is proficient. STCW convention appoints the administration, in our case, Marina, to issue this certificate. After all we have discussed, it's time to know the requirements for Basic Training Certificate of Proficiency, BT-COP. For issuance, certificate through copy of training certificate and records of assessment, TC-ROA. Enrollment report, training certificate. All three are from your training center. SIRB or Seaman's Book photocopy of first page, or any government issue ID. Valid medical certificate in PEME format. For revalidation or renewal, you need last issued COP, certificate of completion of BT refresher, certificate through copy of training center and records of assessment, TC-ROA, enrollment report, SIRB or Seaman's Book photocopy of first page or any government issue ID, valid medical certificate in PEME format. For expedite processing, you will be needing letter of request, certified through copy CTC of valid overseas and employment certificate, CTC of employment contract, certified through copy of air ticket or flight details, and please take note to bring the original documents for verification. The basic training COP is valid for only 5 years. Therefore, seafarers of all ranks must renew their COP before its expiration. Lately, Marina issued STCW Circular 2018-05, which stipulates rules for revalidating your COPs. Approved seagoing service for a period of at least 12 months in total within 5 years, or 3 months in total within 6 months prior to the date of revalidation, and completed an approved refresher course in basic training within 6 months before application for revalidation of COP, or if the applicant for revalidation does not meet the required seagoing service, he must complete an approved course in basic training within 6 months before application for revalidation of COP. That's all for today's vlog. Hope you learned something from me and see you on board the ship soon.